Karen Giannoni there. Well, Dr. Andrea Mammone, who is a lecturer in Italian political history at Kingston University, joins me now. First of all, what do you make of what's going on today? Talk us through what happens.
Basically, there will be this vote on this austerity plan. The vote will certainly pass, and then the next step is Berlusconi resigning, and then the President of the Republic, Giorgio Napolitano, will have some discussions with the main leaders of parties, plus the two chairmen of the two Italian parliamentary chambers, and then by later today, maybe tomorrow, we will have the new Prime Minister, who will certainly be Mario Monti. But as your very good correspondent in Rome, Alan Johnson, just said, Italy is a country full of surprises, so let's wait for a while.
Were you surprised when you heard Silvio Berlusconi saying he would resign?
A bit, but I was more surprised about his silence immediately after that. Because, I mean, sharply is playing the card of the great statement. So I want to show that he is a very judicious statement, taking care of his country, and so and so and so. But because he said that there is a crisis, the financial markets cannot wait. But a few days before he said that Italy was not experiencing any crisis. So I'm not actually so sure as many other observers about the fact that this is the end of Berlusconi. It might be the end of Berlusconi, but I would actually wait a couple of months, because Berlusconi just had a very long meeting with one of his close, Letta, with Mario Monti. So what they have discussed, probably they've discussed the actual people who will be part of Monti's cabinet. And certainly Berlusconi is very worried about this, because basically Berlusconi wants someone able to help him, to protect him from police investigations, from trials, helping his financial empire. And Letta might be the only one, because Letta is one of the most respected politicians from the center-right, and is very respected in Berlusconi coalition. And Berlusconi's party itself, now, today, in this specific moment, they are experiencing lots of divisions. Part of the party wants to back Monti, others want to go straight to elections. So Berlusconi needs to balance many different things, but he will try, in my view, he will try to use Monti's government as an electoral tool.
And will he actually have the influence over Mario Monti to do that, though?
No, but he will do his best. And in any case, Monti, we don't need to forget this, Monti, for the Italian, in the Italian political system, I know that I've been asked, it's very strange that someone who is not democratically elected is then chosen as a prime minister. In Italy this is possible. This happened already several times in the 90s. You have this technocrat government. So Monti is possible that he is appointed specifically because then Italy is a parliamentary republic. So Monti in any case will need the votes of the parliament. So in any case, he needs part of the vote of Berlusconi's party. So in any case, he might have a little influence on the shaping, at least, of this new government. So the situation is, in my view, is a bit more unclear.
What about the Italian people? What is it they're most worried about? Because they'll get a change of person at the top, but the problems are all still there.
The problem will be there. Indeed, there is this... unfortunately, we live in a very strange world, because financial markets don't vote, but then they are actually voting, deciding who is a leader, who is not the leader. Italian people, generally, if we talk about people at the bottom of the social ladder, or if we talk about common citizens, they are very worried about their economic future, because we have some very low salaries in Italy, some very low pensions, and the huge fear is what this technocratic government will do, actually. So the main concern, in my view, of the majority of Italians is about, will we have enough money to survive after these new economic plans will be really implemented? What will Monti do? And I think that Berlusconi will creep into that contradiction, because if Monti fails after a while, he can play the card of the savior. Saying everyone with this huge media propaganda, I'm the only one that can save Italy. I was the only one who could save Italy. Monti failed. So it's very hard.
Well, the talking continues in that chamber, and we will wait and see, as you say. Dr. Andrea Mammone, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good afternoon. The Italian Parliament has given its final approval to a package of economic reforms, paving the way for the resignation of the Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi and the formation of an emergency government by the former European Commissioner Mario Monti. Well, Dr. Andrea Mammone is a lecturer in Italian political history at Kingston University. He says the vote may have happened, but there's still support within the chamber for Mr. Berlusconi.
There's still people in Berlusconi's government are really defending and backing him. Cicchito, the main spokesman for the lower chamber for Berlusconi's party, said that historically this government has never undervalued the overall Italian and world economic situation. So he's rejecting all criticisms made by international forces about the fact that Berlusconi's government has never tackled it. He said that the Italian government has actually defended Italy, and then paradoxically he started almost criticizing the big finance, while we know that the ideology of this party would be less state, more markets, free markets. And then the last two MPs talking, they both joined Berlusconi's government, Berlusconi's coalition, actually saving him a couple of times. They actually said, I am quoting, "This is the last government democratically elected in Italy." Is MP Mario Pepe. Honestly, I have to say, my English is not perfect, but his Italian was pretty poor, and he actually said that now this government will be overtaken by a European central bank government. Later, immediately after, Scilipoti, another MP, said that actually Pepe was right in telling that this is the last Italy's democratically elected parliament. And then he started actually offending Monti. He was stopped by the chairman, Gianfranco Fini, saying that Monti is just a puppet, more or less, in the hands of banks and so on. I mean, this, as usual, this might be described as folkloristic, but it's like we are just out with a book in Italy called A Normal Country with a question mark, and I would say that this is an abnormal country. It turned out to be an abnormal country, and part of the fault is to these leading elites.
But what were the opposition saying, though? Are they just sitting there and accepting these insults and accepting this sort of unfettered support for Berlusconi, even at this point?
I mean, actually, in this moment, you cannot have a proper debate. So everyone is telling we are voting for this, or they want to say something and stop. So there is not actually a debate where other MPs can say, no, stop, this is not true or not.
Was there a discussion of the measures that they are going to have to implement?
Basically nothing.
It was all very personal.
You should simply say, I vote for this or not. But usually you may have a little speech saying why you are backing or not backing a measure, why you are backing a government or not. So it's a bit more complex. But the reality is that, as we know, Berlusconi has been extremely successful, also because the centre-left and leftist opposition has never been too strong in Italy. So now, actually, they were even some of the centre-right was telling now in Parliament that international forces have been succeeding where the centre-left in Italy has failed in forcing Berlusconi to step aside, which is actually true.
Dr. Andrea Mammone.